Hi everyone, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the channel if you are already subscribed. If this is your first time on the channel, I review watches and just talk about my personal experience with them. If you're also into watches like I am, definitely subscribe to the channel, comment, share, and just be a positive part of the community. A watch is interesting because it has a lot of separate components that ultimately makes it a timepiece that we put onto our wrist. It might be constructed from different physical materials or have a different type of movement or a unique dial that captures the eye. For me personally, the dial is where a watch expresses itself the most. It's the part we see first when looking down at the wrist. It's the canvas for creativity and imagination. Today we'll be looking into 3 different incredible dials from Grand Seiko. The SLGA007, SBGA387, and SBGA413. Let's get into it. Starting off with the limited edition SLGA007 released back in 2021, this is nicknamed Lake Suwa. The rich blue dial resembles the gentle sway of the water surface. The seconds hand and Grand Seiko letters are in a gold color that adds a nice touch to the dial with the blue. The folding clasp is equipped with an 18 karat gold emblem, which is a very nice luxurious touch. The first thing that pops out at me would be the blue dial because it truly does look like waves. It looks almost raised and has like this 3D dimension to it. The blue dial is also the right amount of blue. And what I mean by that is that sometimes blue dials can be very dark, which would make it look black, but this one isn't that, and under the direct sunlight you get mesmerized by looking down at the wrist. The updated 5-day spring drive movement is on the case back, so you have more of an open dial in the front. On to the next one, and one of my personal favorite pieces, the limited edition SBGA387, released back in 2018. It has the nickname Kirazuri. It translates to shining painting, and this light ice blue dial definitely fits that description. Under certain angles, it really sparkles, and it's one of the most unique dials I have ever seen. I also love ice blue dials and wearing light colored clothing, so it just matches my personal taste. You have a darker blue seconds hand sweeping across a lighter blue dial. I love that Grand Seiko puts a lot of detailing on the indices, so when the light hits, it all shines together. When you take a look at the dial closely, you'll see that the dial texture pattern goes crisscross in different directions all throughout the dial. So when the light hits, the reflectiveness creates this shining display. Truly beautiful. The last piece we're looking at is the SBGA413, nicknamed Cherry Blossom. This one is similar to the Kirazuri with a textured shining dial, but a little different. Firstly, it has a very subtle pink dial, but oftentimes looks more silver. But when you do see that pink color tone, it is quite lovely. Often people associate pink with a bubblegum color, but this is not that. The SBGA413 is one of Grand Seiko's most popular models, and rightfully so. It is so beautiful on the wrist and unique. At a distance, you can see the shining effect, and as we take a closer look, the textured pattern is like these little clouds all throughout the dial. I actually don't mind the spring drive movement indicator being in the front. Some might say it disturbs the symmetry of the dial, so the Lake Suwa had it on the back, but maybe I'm just used to looking at the movement indicator and it kind of looks cool to me. Either way, I don't think it disturbs the dial too much and I don't mind. In conclusion, we looked at 3 different dials from Grand Seiko and all appealing in its own way. For me, the dial is what catches my eye and attention. Of course, I have nothing against watches that have a more simpler dial, but having a unique one makes watch collecting more fun. Which of the 3 dials were your favorite? Comment down below, and if you'd like to see more videos on watches and what I think of them, subscribe to the channel and follow along. I'll see everyone in the next video. Bless.